Welcome to a very special end of year magic product review. Today I'm going to do the top 10 magic product releases of 2021. Who are the champions? Let's play a quick fiddle tune for the champions. All right, that's it. Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Fiddlin Jonny. This is my Fiddle channel, and it's my magic product review. And of course, today is just a super special year-end wrap-up, and I'm just really delighted that you're here. I reviewed a lot of different releases this year, and I'm going to share with you what I think, in my opinion, are the best product releases of the year. Stick around and we'll get right into it. 2022 is going to be a great year for magic product releases. 2021 was amazing as well. I reviewed every single week over the past year, and if you haven't been here before, go check out the reviews over the last year. Before I get into the product reviews, a couple things I want to say. Thank you for being here. Genuinely appreciate it. And I often think about the magic community as a wonderful, supportive place. I want this channel to be a supportive place for you when you're considering products, that you come by here first and see if it's a product that I have reviewed, to get my honest opinion before you spend your hard-earned dollars purchasing that product. I also wanted to kick off this year with wanting to be aspirational. And I'd love for all of you watching this to be thinking about, what is it that you want to achieve in 2022 with your magic? Maybe it is that you want to learn a new move, something that is knacky or hard for you, and you want to commit yourself to that. Maybe it's a specific genre you want to get better at. Maybe there's more books you want to read this year. Or focus in on something specific. For me, 2021, I set out a goal that I wanted to get better at mnemonica, and that I was going to focus my year on a specific, just getting that stack down and getting better at it. I still have not mastered it, but that was my goal for the year. I would love to hear what your goal is for 2021 or 2022. Sorry. Leave that down in the comments, and then throughout the year you can leave a comment back and forth to tell me how you're doing on that goal. All right, grateful you're here. Let's get into my top 10. I'm going to start off with honorable mentions. Excuse me. So in my honorable mentions category, I am going to start with actually a creator whom I really liked this year, and it's Mark Oberon. Mark Oberon released E-Wave, and he released Insider. He may have released other products, but these are the two that I picked up. Wow, these are great. This is a great sort of ESP card trick. It's great for stage performance or parlor performance. And he also did Insider, which is a it's a peak device. In fact, here's the peak device here. It's basically a stack of cards. You have your spectator write down on the card a picture or a word, and you're able to go ahead and reveal because you're able to get a peek. I found this product a little bit better for stage rather than walk around, and so because it was a little noisy and had angle issues for me, but a great product. The next thing I would put on my honorable mentions list, and I put this on my honorable mentions because I actually put it on my top 10 list and then realized that it was released in 2020. But I'm not sure this was on a lot of people's radar screen, but it's Backfired by R. Paul Wilson. Go check out the trailer for this. It is easy to do. I think it's great for the hobbyist as well as the worker. Just a solid everyday carry packet trick that's fantastic. So go check that one out. Those are my honorable mentions. It would have made it if it was actually released in 2021. All right, let's get into the top 10. My bottom 10 here are in no particular order, but they made the top 10 list. And in my number 10 position is a tool rather than effect. But the tool allows you to do astonishing effects. And if you don't have this, you should have this in your arsenal if you don't have this type of tool. It is Punched. Punched is released by Abstract Effects, and it is probably the cheapest on the market marking system. or invisible marking system specifically for cards. And the nice thing about this is that you can mark your cards in real time in front of your spectator. I personally keep this on my keychain. When someone says, oh, can you do some card magic for me, and I don't have cards on me, I can, in front of them, mark the cards without them being aware of it, and then do productions of those cards that I've marked in any fashion that I want to. So just a great tool. I think if you don't have this tool, you should have it in your arsenal and just start playing around with it. All right, at number 9, and for many this number 9 could be maybe a number 1 for some people, but it is the Oracle system by Ben Seidman. Ben Seidman did an awesome job of creating a card trick that is actually in appearance a tarot card reading. Super solid. The product that you get with this is a great faux leather wallet that carries your essentially marked tarot cards in it that look beautiful and great effects done as a tarot card reading. Love Ben Seidman's release here, and you should definitely check that one out. All right, in the number 8 position is Cube in Bottle. Cube in Bottle by Henry Harris is really for the worker out there. And if you do Rubik's Cube magic and you want to complete your set with this, it is a great sort of closing set with a Rubik's Cube, because essentially what you do is you take the Rubik's Cube and you put it in an impossible location, and that is inside of a glass bottle with no way to get it out, or even to put it in that can be handed out and can be given away. Super powerful, wonderful closer for a worker who does cube magic. All right, the next one is sort of the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of packaging. This is the packaging that this comes in. It is called the Peak Deck by, oh God, it's Eddie Raymond. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. But the Peak Deck is a peak device in a deck of cards in your tuck case. So you're going to get a tuck case essentially in cards, and this gimmick device allows you to peek. So you will have your spectator write down on a business card or on a playing card, whatever you instruct them, whether it's a picture or a number, and you're able to duplicate or reveal it however you want to. It's a very affordable, maybe the most affordable peak device on the market out there. Really worthy of checking it out. For all these products, I'll leave links down below and where you can find more about these products. All right, then next I would go to Stroop Test by David Jonathan. David Jonathan is one of those great current modern day product creators. He's put out a lot of magic and always fun and creative, and Stroop Test is put out by David Jonathan and Nicholas Mavrisis. The two of them have been working together and came up with Stroop Test. Stroop Test is a real thing. It's basically a cognitive incongruous type of effect where the word red might be written on a piece of paper, but it is in green font. So you see the word red, but it's written in green, and that creates sort of this cognitive dissonance. And in essence, this is a prediction effect, great everyday carry from Nicholas Mavrisis and David Jonathan. All right, let's now go into my top 5. And in my top 5, any of these could be number 1. And if you watched my reviews this year, you probably thought this would be my number 1, but I put it in my number 5 position. It's an app. It is Cognito by Lloyd Barnes. This is clearly app of the year. And I love this. It's the best app I think I've ever purchased. And it has a wonderful input system and a wonderful way to reveal, do your reveals. This is just something I think if you do any app magic worthy of consideration, works on both iOS as well as Android phones, and a wonderful support system on Facebook for new routines, and lots of people creating their own routines using this app. One of the best app I've used, quite honestly. And I've had a number of apps, and then I find that I just don't use them. This is one that I actually use. All right, let's go into number 4. Number 4, released by the 1914. Now the 1914 put out a lot. Well, I don't think I saw a poor release this year by the 1914, to be honest. They did some great stuff. In fact, what didn't make my list, and probably should have, was Thy Will Be Done by Louis Laval. And just a wonderful effect. But this did make the official list, and this is by Craig Petty, my fellow magic product reviewer. Craig Petty put out Visible. This has taken the invisible deck and put it on steroids. All of us have invisible decks. We all probably do a single routine with it, and he has taken this and given you so many new ideas and routines using an invisible deck. It will definitely be a magician fooler as well. Easy to do, great for the hobbyist, the beginner, and the worker. Checks off all of the boxes, and I think is something that will, over time, be something that people go back to over and over as just a great sort of thinking on how to perform with the invisible deck. And good job to you, Craig. Loved it. All right, that means now I'm going into my top 3. At number 3, this will be something that is probably not on a lot of people's radar screen, but it is by Jeff Stone, and it is Dead Ringer. I fell in love with this effect, mostly because it's dark. It is an effect or a routine where you use old black and white photos and little itty bitty skulls. And you tell a story about twin serial killers. And in the end, you have the final remaining picture will match the picture that you predicted at the very beginning. I love it for Halloween. For if you're a character and you do darker stuff, this is a must-have or must-consider for your routine. I think it is awesome. If you're not familiar with Jeff Stone actually is another magic product reviewer out there and magic product creator. He's put out a number of things. I'll probably be delving into this over the year and might do a review on the 793.8 Where is the Magic by Jeff Stone. So anyway, put Jeff Stone on your radar screen. Just does some wonderful, wonderful stuff out there. And Dead Ringer makes it in the number 3 position this year. All right, we're down to our final 2. In number 2, a classic, and this is, I guess, Hanson Chin Productions. Maybe it goes this way. There is Hanson Chin Productions has taken a classic. The classic is where it's the old match box where you take the matchsticks and you push it through the matchbox, only to reveal after they have penetrated it that they were actually penetrating through a solid piece of metal or steel. This takes your tuck case and you take cards out. You'll have your spectator try to put a card through the tuck case and through the entire cards in the deck, but of course they can't because it's a piece of solid deck. And you can't do that. There's a slit in the top of the tuck case. But you snap your fingers, wave your hands, do a little magic, and you can now have your spectator have their card penetrate through the entire deck of solid deck of cards, which is pretty amazing. It does have a kicker, however, and the kicker is that your spectator is able to open up the tuck case to pull out the cards, but when they pull out the cards, it is actually revealed that it's a solid block of wood. Very astonishing. There's nothing to hide. They can hold and touch the solid block of wood. Nothing for them to see, and will be a brain melter. Love this release. Really, really great. All right. In the number 1 position this year, came out back in January of 2021. I think Ekaterina said, this is the trick of the year. And she received a lot of flack. Like, how can you say it's only January and you're calling this the trick of the year? There was also a lot of controversy around this release because the ad copy for it was terrible. It really was misleading. And the creators admitted, like, yes, they needed to have done a better job with that. At the end of the day, the effect is what I care about, and the effect is really solid, and probably the effect I performed more than any other effect throughout the year, and it is Sonic, released by Abstract Effects. Summit is such a wonderful piece of magic. You will have your spectator think of a card. They don't even need to pick a card. You don't even need a deck of cards. This great thing, all you need is a Sharpie with you. You'll ask them to think of a card. You'll hand them the Sharpie to write down the name of the card. But while they're doing that, the Sharpie doesn't work. It looks like it's dried out. You then retrieve the Sharpie and you go, that is because it dries out every now and then because of this. And then you crack open the Sharpie and you reveal inside the Sharpie is a rolled up card. And that rolled up card is your spectator's thought of card. Let's face it, that's a really strong piece of magic. So that's what Summit is. And at the end of the day, despite the ad copy being terrible, the effect is really good, easy to do, and I think it's a real worker. It's the one I use more than any other this year. So Summit by Abstract Effects. All right, that is my top 10 list for the year. I hope that was helpful. If there's something on here that didn't make the list, put it down in the comments and tell us what was one of your top 10 that didn't make the list. I want my comment section to be a really helpful place for the community, a positive place for people to share ideas and banter back and forth. I would love to hear what your favorites were for the year. And if you're brand new here, please keep coming back. Make sure that you subscribe. I put these up every single week, a new magic product review. All right, thank you everyone. I hope your 2022 is an amazing 2022 for you. I know that I've appreciated all of you who are here and watching these videos. All right, I'm Fiddlin' Jonny, and remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.